Hello again and welcome back to PowerDirector Made Simple. There was another update released on the 30th of October that I initially thought was, oh my god, yet another update in the month of October. But it turns out to be actually the November 2025 update for PowerDirector 365 users, bringing us up to version 24.0.1030.1. Really, CyberLink? You're 2 days early with this November release. Well, good boy, good boy. Well, thankfully, this update appears to be mostly all useful features, and so far, I haven't spotted any of the usual inundation of new titles, transitions, or sticker overlays. Instead, there seems to be 5 main areas to this update. They are enhanced subtitle editing, enhanced text to video, AI replace, auto edit photo collage templates, add effects directly below clips on the timeline. I said seems to be because perhaps in CyberLink's rush to push this out in the November update, the what's new in the latest update from the bull icon is not quite the same as their question mark icon for help, which opens the web page what's new in this version. I'll go up and click on the bullhorn icon, which you can see it lists only 4 things as being new. Now, absent from this list is the feature to add effects directly below clips on the timeline. I'll close out that window and then I'll go back up and click on the question mark help icon and select what's new in this version. That opens up the web page from CyberLink entitled What's New in This Version. As I scroll down, it lists only 3 items as being new until it starts to repeat with items from previous updates, such as the adjust HSL levels and colors. Now, absent from this web page are 2 items: the enhanced text to video and the auto edit photo collage templates. So, which one is correct? The answer is neither of them. You have to put them both together to determine that there are 5 new features. Bad job, CyberLink, bad job. Can't you get your internet web technicians into the same meeting room as the product development team? So over the thousands of years that I've been using PowerDirector, I've learned that when CyberLink uses the word enhanced, it usually means the feature still works the same way as before, but something was made clearer to understand, or perhaps some small change was made to one of the available choices in that feature. Now, showing each of these features right now could get long and drawn out. So I'm just going to end up making a separate video on each of them, except for the enhanced text to video, which I'll briefly cover right now, and the auto edit photo collage template coming up in a minute or two. I'll close out the web page and return back to the main editing page in PowerDirector. You should notice that I am showing a lot of room for multiple tracks in the timeline. Now, that space will soon be populated by the photo collage feature just added. But before I jump into that, let's get this supposed enhanced text-to-video feature out of the way. I'll start by clicking on Media at the top, then Video B-roll Generator, and then Text-to-Video. Now, immediately you should notice that it looks just the same as it did way back when it was first introduced, which I think was about 2 years ago. Well, I remember that CyberLink described this as enhanced text to video. I've yet to figure out just what was enhanced. I never did like this feature because it was a high cost in credits, taking up half of your monthly allocation just to make one 10-second video. And if you didn't like the way it turned out, well, tough luck. You had no choice but to do it all over again for another 50 credits. I'll click on the Inspiration button, and nothing appears but some sample text. I seem to remember the Inspiration button would provide a little bit more detail or example than the meager 2 sentences that appear here now. I can only assume that this update probably changed the server code that would actually generate the video for better performance and improved video. It's a shame that they didn't change the cost and credits because there's several other online sources that can do the same for either free or a small fee. Other than that, I can't see any differences from a month ago. I can't wait to close this window and return back. There was nothing to see there, so I'm moving on to the next topic, the auto-edit photo collage template. Well, golly gee willikers, maybe CyberLink watched my video from last month in which I did a review about the AI auto-edit feature, and I gave it a mediocre score because all it did was create a slideshow without any special effects or extra gingerbread added to the presentation like the older version did. Well, this photo collage feature is now a part of AutoEdit, and the final output is starting to look like the older version. But there is a limitation to this new enhancement. Notice that it says photo collage. So this special enhancement will be added to your photo presentations only and not any video clips. So let's take a close look at how this works. I'll start by clicking on Auto Edit from the Gen AI menu at the top. The Auto Edit window opens and asks me to import some media clips, so I'll choose just 14 JPEG photos all taken at a go-kart track at a Funworks park and drag them onto the Auto Edit window. Now, I'm not going to change the order of anything, so I'll click on Next, and AI has to analyze the photos. I'll keep the usual settings of 16:9 and auto target video length. I'll choose the family theme and then click on Create. I've stopped the playback for now to add these comments. I've already run this scenario several times through Auto Edit, and the opening titles sometimes say bumper cars, and other times it says go-karts. It can always be changed when you add the presentation to your timeline, so that's not a major problem. I suppose that the AI is expecting go-karts to be all open frame and not with the fancy bodies that look like racing cars. Now see how easy it can be to fool the AI? I'm going to turn down the music volume somewhat to very low, and because it's only 14 seconds long, let's rewind and watch it to see if the new photo collage feature does its thing. Well, yes, there were some collages created. I'll slowly move the playhead forward to around the 5-second position. And notice the collage on the preview screen. As I move the playhead to about the 8-second position, another collage appears on the screen. And just for your information, if I were to recreate this all over again, the title might change, the background music might change, and the choice of the collages to be used would also most likely change. I'll click to add to the timeline. And just to make things a little simpler to see, I'm going to right-click on the timeline and select Remove Empty Tracks. Now we can see exactly how those collages were made. They typically use a special image file called E_fix that is created by AI. It is actually a PNG file with various borders and transparent areas to set up as a background for the placement of the images on the white color board. All of the source photos used in the collage are now renamed as E_photo, no doubt due to some custom resizing and placement by the AI process. If I right-click on any of those E_photo images and select Properties, each one still references the original photo and the original size. And what I found most interesting is how they accomplished the fade to black when multiple photos are showing on the screen at the same time. I'm going to slowly drag the playhead over the last few seconds, and you can see it in the preview window. If we look down on the lower tracks, there is a black color board at the very end with a 1-second duration. Because it is placed at the bottom, that gives it a higher priority on the screen, and it will appear on top of all the tracks. But the visible opacity line on the clip appears to be at 100% for the full duration, which means it should show black all the time. Well, it took me a while to figure this out, but the AI auto edit is doing some magic here to fool us. I'll select the clip and then click on the keyframe icon at the top of my timeline. When the keyframe settings window opens, I'll click to open the click attributes. I'll scroll down slightly until I reach opacity. And there we can see an opening keyframe and an ending keyframe. When I click on the opening keyframe, its value is 0, which means totally transparent. If I click on the ending keyframe, its value is 100, which means totally black. That's how they get the fade to black. I'll close the keyframe setting window. The big question is, how does the AI make the opacity line on the timeline clip itself appear even all the way across at 100 when it should look like a sloped line going from 0 to 100? It's either an AI mystery or a bug. I'll go with the latter. Now is also the opportunity to change the background music. It was given its own track at the bottom, but it could have been added to any of the other video tracks. That wouldn't make the timeline any less tall, but it would result in another empty track that could be removed. What you see now for the entire timeline project is what the older version of AutoEdit used to look like when it created a presentation. I get the feeling that in the release of AutoEdit from last month, CyberLink forgot about the photo collage template and left it out in that last update. When they just now realize their mistake, instead of merely fixing it in an update, they advertise it as something new being added. I'm not so sure about that. But I will say it now does give the auto edit feature something that can be used. Last month, I gave the feature a grade of C or C-. Because it is a small improvement, this month I can change my grade from C to maybe a C+. Now, coming up soon, look for my video presentations about enhanced subtitle editing, the AI replace feature, and adding effects directly below clips on the timeline. Those 3 features are looking pretty good, especially the AI replace. Now, once again, thanks to everyone for watching this video. I hope it has been useful to you for your future video presentations. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And don't forget to click on the like button. Another Name This Tune segment is coming up next. I'll see you next time.
Sometimes I watch you as you're sleeping, and I can't believe you're really here with me. I've got to pinch myself to make sure that I'm not dreaming. Oh, something's good. How could it happen to me? I've never been the kind that's lucky before, but my life changed when you walked through my door. Now I'm more lucky than I ever dreamed I would be. What are you doing with a fool like me? You gotta find someone better who's a better one than me. Couldn't have anybody, I just don't see. What are you doing? What are you doing with a fool like me? I know loving me ain't easy. Seems like I never say the things I ought to say. It's like I'm never there. God, when you need me, sometimes you turn to me, and I just turn away. I'm just a dreamer with my head in the clouds. You should walk away, but still you stay around. I give you rainbows are all you see. What are you doing with a fool like me? You could have had someone better who's a better one than me. Could have had anybody, I just don't see. What are you doing? What are you doing with a fool like me? Stand by me through all the ups and downs. Wow, never know. What are you doing with a fool like me? You gotta find someone better who's a better one than me. You gotta let everybody, I just don't see. What are you doing? What are you doing with a fool like me? Ah, what are you doing with a fool like me? Could have everybody, I just don't see. What are you doing? What are you doing with a fool like me? Hey, little girl, with a fool like me. What you doing, baby? With a fool